Stalking the Wild Autoharp fans. I'm Hal Weeks. I'm coming to you from the front of Pete Daigle's shop here in SeaTac, Washington, right by the airport, so you'll be hearing them race overhead. I'm bringing you today something I've been slapping together for weeks from different tidbits of video material about chord bar covers. That's right. This is part of a series that I'm doing now called Bet You Didn't Know and Bet You Don't Care. This is about super geeky little things about little Autoharp parts that I think are fascinating. The development that they go through as they get transformed from a tree into an Autoharp. And today it's chord bar covers. And I'm going to show you some different steps along the way that I've managed to catch on video. First of all, what is a chord bar cover? Well, let me give you a gander. And why do they call it a gander anyway? Okay, so this is a chord bar cover right here. This piece right here. And this piece right here. You'll notice that this one screws down and this one is designed to just pop off. As a matter of fact, you take this off, it's held on with these clips, and now you can just change your chord bars just that fast, put in different chords that you didn't already have, and then put this back on, although I probably can't do it with one hand. So there you have it. That's what a chord bar cover is. So now let's look at some of the steps that we take to make them. So I just wanted to show you this process that's beginning. This is maple. Is that about two and a half inches thick? Bark is still on this side. About 4 feet, 3.5 feet tall. And walnut, bark still on it. Big, solid piece, thick. This is going to become chord bar covers. It's going to make some really big chord bar covers. Lots of chord bars. No, it's going to become tiny little chord bar covers. These are all identical Cascade models that are getting ready to go out. Most of them have been strung up. They're going to get chord bars. They're going to need some chord bar covers. And Greg's going to make them. Carry on, Greg. Carry on.
I shall.
Okay, well, it's a couple of days later, and all those big wood blocks that I showed you have been started to be cut down, and something I did not realize was the shape that they cut them into. Let me turn this around so you can see. Here are some what I thought this was an assembly. I thought it was one piece of wood going this way and another piece of wood going this way. But this is one piece of wood that's been cut out of that block. And as you can see, it's obviously much larger than a chord bar cover. It would be cut down into lots of chord bar covers. This is probably what came out of it. Cut down in two directions. And right over here, here's some of the maple ones. And you can see where they've cut them. And then they're going to make another cut down this way, leaving this piece to create the chord bar covers, which then of course get sliced this way into corresponding lengths for however many chord bars they're doing. Most of the harps that go out of here are 21 bars. But I just thought that's interesting, and everything is being done in a big way for lots of harps. So at Daigle Autoharps, everything is done, as I said, in bulk, in a big way. Here we see bridges and chord bar cover stock just waiting to be cut down and made in batches for large groups of auto harps. And they will be sanded and finished in good time. This one goes way up there, way up there, just waiting to be cut down. Here are chord bar covers with the ends being glued in. They have to be clamped and they wait overnight, and then they are sanded in bulk. The first sanding takes place on a large belt sander, or fence sander, I believe it's called. Still learning these things. And this is video of me doing the sanding phase 2 and phase 3. Phase 2 is on an upside down plane sander. Just sanding out the saw marks on the flat surfaces, some of the corners. This whole process of phases 2 and phase 3 takes about 5 minutes per cover for me at this stage. Probably later on, once I'm better versed. Here I am doing phase 2 with a lighter sandpaper. This is the sculpting. Probably once I'm better at this, it'll take about 3 minutes per cover. Who knows? I'll have to ask Greg what it takes him. He's the one who's done the bulk of this kind of sanding. Here we see a bunch of finished chord bar covers with the finish on, and also quite a layer of sawdust because everything gets dusty here in the shop while it waits to get its hardware. Oh, there you go, chord bar covers. Bet you didn't know, bet you don't care. But if you're liking this series, I would ask that you subscribe. And when you subscribe, you can hit that bell and you'll get notified when I upload a new video. Also, remember that I teach lessons privately through Patreon, through Skype. Online, I can work with you individually wherever you are in the world and wherever you are in your auto harp playing. If you like this program, go over to Patreon, and there's a link in the message box below where you can kick in a few bucks every month to keep this show going. And I really appreciate all the help that I'm getting from my patrons every month over at Patreon. Until next time, I'm Hal Weeks at Stalking the Wild Auto Harp. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.